Did it always say that? I'm so confused right now. It always says recording in progress. I thought that means that I didn't end the last video.
No, that means it's in progress. Means, which is a good thing it wasn't recording because the stuff you just said. Woo, cancel city.
Yeah. Anyway, All Stars Comics Podcast. We're doing reviews day. We're knocking out a quick reviews day. You know, it's a busy time. You know, we tried to do a tight news situation. We didn't. That went for like 5 hours. I don't know how
it felt like went. It was a series. It was a 2, right? It was a solid 2.
Yeah. Do we need to do like a maybe on like
mornings,
Wednesday?
In the mornings, I have a solid 2.
Yeah, I think we need to talk midweek because when we don't talk, I just take up the majority of the Sunday morning for you. Like we talk for like 3 hours, and then it's like, did we do anything yet? Did we start recording?
It's Sunday afternoon. My kids are home. My wife's like, hey, let's go do something. I'm like, no, I got to talk about comics with Mark.
I just told my daughter.
Told her, get the hell out.
Kill me. No way. All right, here we go. We're going to go right into reviews.
You want your kids to live with you forever.
Correct. Because they're great.
They're great.
They're great children. Wonderful.
They are
children. Plates. Here we go. Aquamans. We're doing it live. Jeremy Adams week, everybody.
Dude, we love Jeremy Adams. We just talk about this guy. You know what? We're not even a review show anymore. We just keep talking about the same people.
We talk about Jeremy Adams, Jorge Corona.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
Warren Johnson. Tom Scully. Like, you know. But these people deserve to be. Chance Wolf, dude. It's so funny. He commented on our Youngblood review.
All Stars Comics podcast fan, maybe. I don't know. At least what was relevant to him.
At least, yes. which he's really gonna love when we do our Giant Size Youngblood review in the summer. So he inks that whole book.
There you go. You heard it here first, everybody. We have exclusive information. Well, you know, sort of.
Hey, you know what? Real quick before we get into this. I didn't see a Youngblood Deluxe solicited for August solicitations.
Oh my God! No,
is he just skipping a month? Like, does he not know what to do? We don't know if he's gonna continue. I think right now we've had Youngblood Deluxe 1 through 4 solicited. Number 1's come out. Number 2 goes out this week.
Yeah, but after that, like, is he going to recolor stuff? Is it even happening past that? You know what I mean? We don't really know.
He kept saying it was. I don't know what he's going to do for number 5, but I know he has all the art. For Youngblood 6, 7, 8, 9's Valentino and Fraga, and 10. Either he has it or Kirkman has it, because who else can afford to buy all that stuff?
But what do you do with number 5? Because his reprints of 1 through 4 wrap up the storyline.
Yes, number 4 has the 10 new pages that he drew. Number 5 originally was the back of Battlestone, or not Battlestone. The back of Brigade number 4 has a Battlestone cover by Liefeld, but the back of it is a Chap Yap ending to the Youngblood miniseries.
Paul Mount's colors. Paul
Mount's colors. Seriously, it's dark. It's the dark colors. It looks good. But Liefeld's like, I want to do my own that fits the story more. So, but he just put that in Youngblood Deluxe number 4. So that's over. It's over, right. Johnny.
It's over.
So number 5,
nothing is over.
Doesn't exist. What do you do for number 5? You don't want to pull from Team Youngblood 9 because then you don't have a Team Youngblood 9. What I would do.
Ooh. What are you going to do, Rob?
I got the Troll story from Image Zero.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. You have Youngblood Deathmate Red. Deathmate Red has a Youngblood story. The first 20 pages.
Yep.
With minor changes, you can make that a Youngblood story. You just change Bloodshot to Chapel, and it's a Youngblood story.
Right.
And guess what? I did that on my own. I think I talked about it. I just had my friend Dex say, here, I rescripted this story, put this dialogue in, and it works like a Youngblood story so perfectly it's ridiculous. It is a Youngblood story. But you could take it out of Deathmate and make it something. And they're great pages. Danny Miki inked all that stuff.
Can he technically do that? Is that a thing that's... I mean, who has the rights to Deathmate? Who has...
It's split up amongst... It's split up amongst Valiant, Alien Books, right. DC, Image. Like, you know what I mean?
That's right.
The amount of work it would take to put a Deathmate collection out is through the roof. It would have to be like an Awestruck edition level of work needs to be done. So in lieu of that, just take your 20 awesome pages from Deathmate Red. All you got in that book is Bloodshot, and he's only in a couple panels. You change Bloodshot to Chapel.
You would just do the Liefeld pages, not the...
Yeah, just do Liefeld pages. No, the rest of the book is a mixture of Pacella, Michaels, Fraga. It's a mixture. But those first 20 pages tell a full story.
Yeah, perfect.
They take out, I think maybe they take out like a evil version of the Eternal Warrior, but you just change his colors, then you make him like in my book, I made him a German Nazi who discovered longevity medication, but he works for like Johnson and Johnson. It's like funny. I should post that to my Twitter page one day, but it's like 20 pages. I don't own it.
Yeah, that's okay then.
Oh, you know what? It's on the Liefeld Facebook page now. If you ever go on the Liefeld Marvel Extreme and Beyond Facebook group, it's a good group. I posted them there. Liefeld said he loved the idea. He's like, I'd love to do this, Rob, but like, I don't have all the original art to make it possible. But that was like 10 years ago, and nowadays,
yeah, I feel like now you can get
now you can do it.
You got a guy. I got a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but Aquaman, number 5.
Aquaman 5, this is a great one. Return of the King. You got his sword trident situation on the front, which is really fun. I know these aren't really official dots that he does on the. It's just like a costume flourish, but I think it's really good. So you're having the costume.
Well, it's like fish underwater. They have scales, and some of them hit the
I
sunlight.
see
Some
what
of
you
them
did
don't.
there. I see what you did. I was a little nervous because I saw this person said Zinsky.
Jesus. Oh, I thought you were about
nervous.
Jesus.
No, it's Arion the Immortal.
I know,
Maybe he is Jesus. A little nervous about that, but that is just the help finisher. I don't think I have his name on there, but yeah, he's doing inks, additional inks. I think it said.
He's from Finland.
I don't know.
He's a finisher. So.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Dad jokes. 24/7.
Look, Captain Nemo. Is this
dude?
What is
straight up Captain Nemo? If you read the books, there's Alan Moore pointed out. That's the first person I saw pointed out. He's like, if you put all these clues together in context, he might be Hindu, he might be Indian or Sikh. I'm not sure exactly what specific he is. He's not the This is what it seems like in the book. So Alan Moore made him that in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So he's just following suit. Jeremy Adams is obviously an Alan Moore fan. So go with that.
Yeah, I think this was just super fun, and just have it as if it's just a thing. You know what I mean? That's just a thing that's normal there. So I love this guy. You have like a hammerhead shark guy, Titanic.
Love it.
Wonderful. Really scary. I didn't put a ton of stuff in there. I didn't really like the Dagon. I didn't really like the Dagon design. That looked too much like Thanos, but it was fine. I think it's wrapping up next issue. But yeah, this was a very big Jeremy Adams week. I think he had 4 books. 3 or 4 books.
I love shark people. I mean, I'm trying to keep my tangents to a minimum today. But like, He-Man did a create a character contest back in like 1984, and one of the ones I wanted to enter was like Shark Man, and I had Lion Man, and I had Eyeball Man. Like, I just had my own He-Man characters, and like since then, like it's such a cool. Like, Eric Larson has Mako. There's King Shark, and King Shark has changed to look more like Eric Larson's Mako now. Right. Remember Mako showed up in the issue of Max with Savage Dragon? It was a great issue of Max.
Yeah.
And when they animated that episode, they turned Mako into Hammerhead. Because they didn't want to, I guess it was a rights issue, and they changed Dragon into like this Columbo-looking, William Shatner-talking guy. He's like, do you remember this? It was like...
A little bit, yeah.
And he would talk like this. He would go, he's just a whacked-out junkie, goes by the name of Hammerhead.
Oh my God. I think that's probably on YouTube or something, right? Max isn't really anywhere. It's probably someone has on something.
Yeah, you could order a Blu-ray from Warner Brothers at one point. I think Warner Brothers or Paramount. It was like one of those order ones. But I think if you ever got the videotape, it takes all the shorts and puts them in a one long animated movie. But I think they cut out the Hammerhead episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, don't know why. You can get it on Blu-ray. I don't think it's streaming. No research here, but yeah, they cut out the Hammerhead from the extended version.
That's too bad.
So I don't know. Shark people, love them.
Shark people will take it. Yeah, just super fun. I just like all the flourishes in this. I think the inking, the coloring is ridiculous. Like even just looking at this cover, look how crazy this cover is.
Infinity Incorporated. Remember they had Carcharodon or McFarlane's issues of Infinity Incorporated.
Yeah. But I really wish, I guess with this, like, I wish this, I don't know if this is selling that good. I think this is falling out of the top 50 or so.
Aquaman's rough, dude. It's even though it's a solid book with solid writing, a solid everything about this book is solid. We
Mm.
keep reviewing it. Like that's how we know it's a good book because we keep talking about it. But it's
Yeah.
hard to keep Aquaman afloat. I'm
Afloat.
sorry.
So
I'm
I see
so
what you did
sorry.
there. That's a good one. That's a good
I
one.
apologize.
This was
Uh,
I think the only Marvel book this week, the Godzilla versus X-Men, because I didn't want to read Uncanny. I don't, you know why? Uncanny, I almost got it. Maybe if Gambit was on the cover, but the cover had like the new people, and I'm like, I don't know. I can't remember what one person of that. If I can't remember a character's name on the front, if it's not a new character like Evie or someone like that, or Quentin Quire, like if the character, if I can't name it, I'm probably not gonna
yeah,
read it.
right.
Um, this I was a
So
little bummed out by. I didn't think
I
I thought
know
this was okay.
this was the least strong of the Godzilla books we've got at
Yeah.
Marvel so far.
And
First off, you start off.
I was real happy with this. I was like, yes, it's Portacio's Sunfire design.
Yes,
So I'm like, yes, all right, here we go, here we go. And Emilio Lacio, but this is one of the guys you were in news. We talked about one of the guys that we feel like is in the Imnaman camp, but is like not finishing the art. Like I'm not going to finish this art
some
here.
pages look more finished than other pages.
Yeah,
He's a talented artist, but like, I don't know, Mark. What am I going to say here? If you're
this
doing a
should
book
be
set, if you're doing a book set in the
Portacio,
'90s,
Roger Cruz.
yes, you got a Tony Daniel cover. That's point number one.
Yeah,
Why don't you get him to get a Tony Daniel book? You know, Portacio. You know, he's doing variants. I think he's doing variants for Walking Dead right now. He's available. I
yeah,
mean, give him time. Don't. You know, Portacio's not doing monthly, but
right.
like he'd do a special.
Yeah, but the
Like
people
there's,
that worked on this, like when you gave Bradshaw the time to do it, he did a great job. You
he did
know,
a great
if you're
job.
doing that McGinnis one shot that's coming out, or the
Why not get
give them
McGinnis to
time,
draw this? What
yeah, that
about
would be fun.
you know? There's a lot of get John Herbert. John Herbert.
Right, Tom Rainey,
Oh, get a John Herbert cover.
John Herbert would actually be really good on this. I think
Yeah, John
that would
Herbert
have been
for
really
people
good.
who he drew the X-Men Adventures comic. He drew a bunch of stuff, but X-Men Adventures is what he's probably most famous for, the comic adaptation of the TV series from the '90s. He also drew two of the Mars Attacks mini comics. Remember them? They made these little mini comics for Mars Attacks
Mhm.
back in the late '80s, early '90s. And the first two were one was John Herbert, and the other one was Greg Capullo.
Oh, really?
And in the middle of the mini comic, the would be a double page spread of like one of the Mars Attacks cards. Like they took the Mars Attacks card and tried to make a little mini comic around it. Do you remember these?
No, no.
No, they
What were
sold them
they
in
in?
comic store. No, they sold them in comic stores in like a little, like it looked like a card box, like a trading card box, and they were lined up. They were little. They're pretty awesome. They're fun to get. If you ever see them, I don't know where you find them. Not like you can put them in a dollar bin. Just write yourself a note. eBay Mars Attack mini comic. They're pretty fun. I think only 4 came out. They were going to do like all 50 of the card series,
Oh, wow.
but interest waned.
It was like what was the platform last year? Not Tubi. What they had the
Quibi?
Quibi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I think I should see if that stuff
You
showed
said
up
last year.
anywhere.
I think that shit was like 8 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, but the Quibi thing, I want to say that like God, I think
It's
either
it's
Raimi did a
reels and
whole thing. I think Raimi did a whole series. He did like a horror series on there. Sam
yeah.
Raimi did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Is that on YouTube now? You think, or I think Quibi owns it?
It's probably on someone. It's got to be somewhere. I feel like someone will YouTube it. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this in general, like, because to me, like, if you're going to embrace all this, like, this like X-Men 1 era time,
Right.
you immediately get rid of all of them. So you do this super adaptoid situation where they're using the super adaptoid armor, and then you know, you push them all into one super X-Men character, and then make them big and fight Godzilla. It just didn't.
It's a by the number story. Like
Yeah, it's like AI wrote the story. This is the only thing that was kind of interesting, and then
I
this
thought
page is rough though.
it's like the idea of a tri-sentinel, but doesn't look like a sentinel in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, Tri-Sentinel.
Like I would have liked
Mecha
it better
Kaiju.
if it was like a mixture of mechanoid and living tissue. Like don't give
Yeah,
me a robot Rodan, give me actual Rodan. Like that's disgustingly
right,
that would have been disgustingly awesome.
right.
A Ghidorah head, a Rodan head, a Batra head, different pieces of their wings. Those are
Yeah.
3 winged characters.
Well, and then they go. It's actually going into some continuity here. You go in the
I like
1955
that.
Anguirus. Yeah, that's cool. Like do and that's because that technically is movie continuity. I like the. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot model on, but it's really good Godzilla art. I didn't like all the covers in this one. I thought the covers were kind of rough on that. So yeah, all around just kind of a letdown. And I think next week is Avengers. It's Godzilla Avengers, but it's the Bendis era New Avengers,
Now,
which
is that story taking place over multiple timelines? I hope, or is it all Bendis Avengers
I think
era?
it's all the way the cover looked. It looked like it was all because it has Luke Cage on the cover, so it has like
No,
that
I saw
Bendis
that
era.
cover, yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't know if they were like moving forward with the
but
story.
even then, like you could have gotten, if you had some time, you could have Little Francis Yu. He's done the best covers for this so far. He's doing next week's cover. I don't think he's doing the interiors.
You could have asked Frank Cho. Frank Cho's great at drawing
Uh,
dinosaur monsters.
yeah, that would have been really fun. That would have been fun to
His
see.
Mighty Avengers run is gorgeous. All his Marvel work is gorgeous.
What was the? I didn't read his. You said he did an Ultimates book, right?
Yeah, he did the new. It was called the New Ultimates, written by Jeff Loeb.
Yeah, I think I was out.
Really,
I was
really
out
good
by
looking
then.
stuff in that.
I was out. I was out by then. Will Conrad cover. Will
Yep.
Conrad's coming back to do. I guess we think it's a volume 2. Yeah, we think it's
Right,
going to be
or at
another
least
10.
a mini series, something. Yeah.
Right. So because they've yet to, and even in this one, they've yet to give you the next publishing plan. This just runs
Yes,
through this month.
you're
That it
right.
runs through June.
Which
That's
is
it.
which is very not like this company.
No, Mad Cave does a pretty good job. They do a good job in their Gotchaman. They have the list of like what's next. I think they're in the next phase of the Gotchaman stuff now, though.
You know,
Now that this last series.
Mad Cave might be doing a new Telos series with Todd DeZago. Todd
Oh,
DeZago is definitely working with Mad Cave, and might be a return to Telos, which would be nice. That's a really good
um,
series.
yeah, and there's a Tom Denrick series that's coming out soon that looked interesting that he's doing. That's like I think it's partially creator owned too, so that's pretty cool.
He's I've always just kind of liked him. You know me, I love his World Watch.
Yeah.
He did 3 or 4 issues with Chuck Austin,
Mhm.
but this stuff looks good.
This did look good. Actually, what got to me, I thought first off, I thought I mean Jeremy Ives does a great job on Flash Gordon. This Flash Gordon is just the best. He's just like will do anything. He's going for it. Kill him now, hard to do. Like he's just like very. I love this. It's just reminded me of I guess Attack of the Clones. I love Attack of the Clones where Anakin just jumps out the window.
Yes.
Like it's the best.
Uh-huh.
I think
he
he's the
knows.
coolest.
He
He
just
knows he'll
things.
figure it out.
Yeah.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah. I'll figure it out. Something will happen.
Listen, that's the fun. I remember seeing Attack of the Clones. I think I was living in Baltimore at the time, and it was very serial. Like it's probably the most like this. It was very,
Oh yeah.
especially with the ending. They're fighting on.
So yeah,
on stuff.
it's like a Starship Troopers level of Well, I mean, that's when you watch Clone Wars cartoon. It's very much that style of propaganda.
Yeah.
War reels.
Yeah, it's fun. But and maybe just because I was looking at some of his stuff recently, I feel like his art here, what he's doing with the women, I feel like I don't think he's purposely doing this. Looks almost exactly like a Claudio Castellini-esque woman. You know what I mean? Like
He's actually better at drawing women than dudes. His dudes always end up looking goofy. And back to that World Watch books, very attractive women he drew in that book.
Yeah. So that's
I'm gonna go reread that book now.
Oh.
So I'm glad. What I'm glad about this book is, I was so positive that Dale Arden had just had a turn. Sick of all Flash Gordon shit.
Yeah,
He destroys the planet. She takes over just to make herself safe and secure.
Mhm.
I never once thought that it was like not the real Dale Arden.
Yeah, I didn't either, but that's better because I feel like it's the easiest thing to do. Like when I'm looking at this like Speed Racer book, that like this one, the first thing they do is they make like Racer X like really bad in it. Like he's like a real bad guy, and I'm like, well, hold on. And then they have some other like extreme like violent stuff at towards the end. I'm like, ew, I don't know. Like it's the easiest thing to do. Like we're gonna turn on its head, right? We're gonna make it adultish. So I feel like don't do that. We don't want that from our Flash Gordon. We don't want like a dark Flash Gordon. We're okay. Like
Yeah.
So yeah. But I do like the Dr. Zarkov like figuring out because they basically threw Dr. Zarkov. I want them to do something else with Dr. Zarkov besides just having this like bumbling like bearded guy on the side. Like, well, I'm crazy scientist.
This is what's really good writing here is Dr. Zarkov. No, he's better off in that robot body. He's immortal. He's stronger. He's smarter. But the human version put a program in there. He put an itch Like he has to build this. Like it's
Right.
just it was a great idea. Like the robot knows it's stupid, it's dumb, it's flesh, it's fallible, but he has to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
like that.
Really fun. Really fun.
Speaking of fun, this was
This is
fun.
fun. It's fun. It's not for me. I mean, I'm again, I'm 50, almost 50.
It's
So like,
it's right on the border of like, should I be reading this or just giving it to my daughters?
yeah, exactly. So that's
You
what I thought
know,
about. Now, however, I love this. I love the corner box.
quarter box,
I think
great.
they look good. I think they're formatting it. I mean, I feel like since Absolute, since All In, they're doing such a good looking job of their books.
It's a
But
great
yeah,
cover. It's great placement. The creative teams on the bottom left, all in, bottom right, Supergirl across the top. You got double symbols. You got
yeah,
Summer Superman with the official Superman post crisis symbol, and then you
mm,
got the Supergirl symbol underneath the.
mhm.
You know what I mean?
Right,
That
right, right.
that that denigrates that this is Supergirl. The
I like
costume's
that.
great. It's very Michael Turner. Back to the
Mhm.
midriff showing the sleeves. That is probably the best costume ever of Supergirl. She's had hundreds of costumes, and I think the Turner one. Although, did she have a blue dress in Turner's or both?
I don't remember. I think both.
All
I
right.
feel like it did a bit of both. I don't think I noticed this in this little the bottom left corner with with crypto
Oh
just kind
yeah.
of and having dogs and cats, or having a dog and cats, like that can be a situation at times where they're
Yes.
not that friendly with each other. Yeah, this I got a lot of Amanda Connor.
It's cute. It's cute. The whole like streaky, don't knock over the bottle city of Candor, because you as a cat owner know
Oh yeah,
they
they knock
love
everything
pushing
over.
shit off. They love it.
Yeah, that's really funny, especially with that face. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Streaky Super
Yeah.
Cat.
Cats are jerks.
Yeah, this looked really good. This is really clean. Tamara Bonvillain doing wonderful color, just working. I don't know who colored Glory. I don't remember because I can see. I got it right here.
Yeah. There you go.
Boom. Um, and I think this is what I want, this crazy Sophie Turner stuff. I want this stuff. I mean, again, I'll take
You
what I can
might.
get.
You know what? If they ever bring a knockout back, she'd be a good character to bulk up. Remember
To knock
knockout
out.
from Superboy?
Yes. To knock out. To knock out.
I'd like to see a return of Maxima. I've always been a big Maxima fan.
Mm, man, it's just a ton of
The Nissan Maxima. Big fan of the Nissan Maxima.
there's a good. This is man. This is, look at this. So this is the Glory book. This much
This
you
glory
got.
book is the
There's like 50
2012.
pages of extras in here, dude.
Yeah, this is the Joe Keating, Sophie Campbell. Then what was her name then?
Ross Campbell.
Ross Campbell. Phenomenal book, incredible artwork, good story. It's a glory. It's well, it's continuity. It's a good take on glory.
Why is there a 2-page profit story in this? There's like an
Hmm.
epilogue. There's like a prologue for like a profit story.
Maybe he was trying to connect the two series. I kind of forget. I have to
Was that
relook at
in
it.
the book? Was that in the
Yeah,
Glory, the last
I
issue?
think so. I think so.
It's weird where they place it in here. They place it like after all the extras. They have like a 2-page.
I think glory does show up in Brandon Graham's Prophet, which is set in the future.
$35. What a good buy, dude! I got
It's a
this
good
for
deal.
$20. $20.
And it's nice. No
20
dust jacket.
bucks.
It's just that
Yeah,
I love those styles.
this is the good image, because it's the way the guideline. But look at me.
Yeah,
That's the way the
it
guideline looks.
disappeared.
Did it work?
Nope. Here we go.
Uh,
Yeah, the Guidelane hardcovers are my favorite.
because I never read the Gem. So basically, Sophie Campbell goes over to IDW, works on Gem first, or then
Yeah,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, then created Jenica, and I believe still writing
microphone.
one of the one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series, I believe now.
Right. Is that the mutant
The mutant one, yeah.
something? Yeah.
So it's still the that continuity. So, but the only thing I worry about this is I feel like this is the same thing that happened when they brought Joelle Jones into Catwoman. I was like, how long is this going to be? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's a ticking time bomb the second the stuff happens. Like same thing with Raphael Albuquerque. He's not an ongoing guy. So you put him on an ongoing book, launching the book with Dan Slott. I give him to issue 4, and then that's it. And then I'll come in issue 7, 8, and then that's it. Same thing with I think Marquez. Marquez on Uncanny X-Men. He's done out of like 20 issues, 17, 18 issues. He's done like 4, 5.
But we know he's doing his own Image book.
Yeah, I think we do know that. But still, like, but if you have them, I mean, that's the thing. It's weird to me when you see people that aren't working like full time, like Ryan Ollie, which we'll talk about later. He was like full time Marvel, full time, full time, and then it's like I'm not working there anymore. You know, lured back. But
So this is really good. It's a Supergirl's history is a blended. DC All In means everything happened, kind of.
yeah,
So every Silver Age Supergirl, Michael Turner Supergirl, angry post 52 Supergirl, it's all blend, and that's fine. Blend it together, like blend it like Beckham. This was interesting. Like there's another Supergirl, we don't know who she is, totally different body type, and that's a Sophie Campbell thing. She can draw
yeah, that's great.
different body types. That's the thick milkshake.
There's
She's
Super
kind
Bunny.
of reminiscent. She's reminiscent of the Supergirl from the Super Best Friends.
I think that's right. Yeah.
That's what she kind of reminds me of.
This was very Amanda Connery in here, which is good. Like to see her influence kind of pop in here. I like that the Liquid does actual stuff to the costume. I think that's really funny. This is essentially the new Crypto is going to be. So we're getting Crypto here,
right?
We're getting Crypto in Action, but Action will be Crypto as Superboy with Superboy. So we're getting that Crypto there, and we're getting Crypto Mini.
You get Crypto. Right. You know, I never watched the Crypto movie, the DC Super Pets.
Oh, I never watched that either. Yeah.
What's wrong? I gotta watch that.
I don't know. You're like, what is wrong with us? Yeah. So, yeah, that's fine. This was fun, but yeah, I felt like I was like, am I too old to read this? Yes. But you know, I'm happy that it's eligible. I mean,
but it's artistic greatness.
It's wonderful. Yeah. I mean, it's really cool that it's a platform. I just don't know how. Again, I don't know. Well, you know what? You can get the person who. There's a couple people that Sophie worked with on IDW. Just bring over the same whoever's doing the mutant stuff now.
I love Gary Frank Martin, whoever drew the Mothra series that Sophie just
That's
wrote.
what I was gonna say. Yeah. Right.
That exactly. Guy is a great pitch hitter.
Yeah. Like so, just have him do every
really
other,
similar style.
Or if you can listen, and we're not like
or write
doing
issues
a lot
for him.
Of stuff. Exactly. Like you're writing, you're completely drawing up and down, you're doing a ton of work, you're doing a ton of detail, you know, you're deciding on this, even this. Like you're doing a lot. I also really she has that almost like a buck teeth situation, which is just cute. Like it's really cool. Like it's not I know who I'm looking at, you know.
Yes.
There's a few lines here, just a handful of lines here, but that's really, really good facial expression lines there, you know. So I'll take it. There's a lot of people that do not like this fill-in at all, which I think is really weird. To me, it's almost like
now we're talking about
like
Absolute
a prestige
Batman number
fill-in.
8.
Oh yeah, I never go into it.
I know. Yeah. I'm trying to do that in case we ever put this on Apple.
Oh, we're putting it on. We're doing it live.
We should. Yeah. Listen, if Live Fill can go from Apple to YouTube, we can go from YouTube to Apple.
Yeah, that's true.
We just base everything in our comic lives off of Live Fill right now.
Abso Batman, not a problem. Yeah, that's fine. Abso Batman, and again, I would prefer this be a cover B. You're doing a cover A Dragotta, sure, but I feel like people should know that. I think they do. I mean, of course, it's on the cover, but you know, still. But Marcos Martin brings his own colorist, Munza Vincente, who I think has been doing it since Barrier.
Okay.
Maybe even Private Eye stuff, if you remember that stuff. That was all the
I remember
Panel Syndicate stuff. Because I feel like once this is kind of the weird thing with a lot of these creators when they're doing, he did Spider-Man for a long time with Dan Slott, and then disappears and does Private Eye through Panel Syndicate, which was kind of like that was pay to read or not pay. It was like a donation book. You can read it online on the panelsyndicate.com, or you can decide to pay them still, maybe download it. I don't remember exactly how that model worked.
Right.
And then he did Barrier, and then did Marcos Martin do the Wednesday? What is it? The
Friday?
Friday.
Brubaker?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Which is like
because Barrier and Private Eye were both BKV, Brian K. Vaughan.
Yeah. So Yeah, this to me, but to me, like the art in here was just so specific, and I think if you have, we've only ever had there's a ton of variant covers, but you only really ever had Dragata drawing the actual figure. We did have
Correct.
Gabriel Hernandez Walta draw that one issue, but you only
Beautiful.
had one page of Batman, basically. You had a couple small
Basically.
panels, but basically
Yeah.
one page of Batman. It was mainly a Bruce Wayne story. But I want this. I want to turn the page and have, or figuratively turn the page, or click, or whatever, tap. I want this impacted Batman. Like, there's a
You
lot
you
going
ne-
on.
I feel like you need that every issue.
Yeah, I feel
Like
like exactly. It's set
I
up
feel
by
like
Dragata. That's
what
it.
yeah, like it's right. It was set up first issue. Boom. We need that every issue. We need that pin up every issue. When we read McFarlane and Larson Spider-Man's every issue,
Hmm.
we needed at least one full page pin up of Spider-Man jumping. Like
Right.
we needed it. And this book needs Batman doing something either full page or three-quarter page.
Yeah, then it goes right into like a storytelling page, right? Goes right into that. This Mr. Freeze is horrible and scary. But again,
So fluid motion. Like
yeah. But again, Martine's going to just play around with the panel borders or the non or the sound effect through the panel, like just crazy. I love this squat Batman hurt. I
yes.
love it. It's so cool looking. But I do also think that wouldn't Mr. Freeze know when he's got Batman like tied up, like that he might have a gauntlet that might might have someone like yes, like you know what I mean? Or I don't know. Doesn't matter. Listen, you got to have some type of little failsafe. He's got to get out. Like look at this, dude. This is I don't know which
That's
one's
what I want.
better. Is this
Yeah, I know.
better? Like look at
They're
that, dude.
they're both
Holy
better for
crap.
different reasons.
Yeah, I love the colors on this, dude. The colors on this are nuts. Look at these colors. These colors are
Yeah.
crazy. I
Because
love it.
you don't know what the colors are, and then you're like, oh, there's a sign outside. That looks great.
Yeah, I
You know,
love it.
it's
I love the scrape down
and
and
then
like look
and
at
then as he
that.
said,
Holy
it's
crap.
so smart. Like you see the up top, you see the purple hue, the purplish pink colors,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
as he's falling, you see it reflecting off of the part of his body that's heading downward.
Yeah, you're just it's a
It's
lot. You're right. You're doing the color geography basically.
yes,
Um, look at that, dude. Look at that Batman. Oh, macro. Oh, that was it.
that's it.
Um,
Fuck
this I'll let you talk about this because I started looking through it and I was like I'm lost
you,
and
son of a gun.
yeah.
You know what I did, Mark? I went and reread the original miniseries.
I was trying to do that, but again, I had to go to a comic shop for 4 hours, 4.5
I
hours
know.
yesterday.
Original miniseries
Or
is
more.
fantastic. It's
Yeah,
so good-hearted. He's such a good-hearted person that you feel better reading the book.
but not
You
this
know,
one.
this
This
one,
one's sad.
he's still good-hearted, but he gets a little heartbroken. You
Mhm.
know, he's still doing good things. He's basically a golden age Superman without other powers. He's strong, but his power is he can find anyone or anything.
Mhm.
That's his main power. And his power allows him to do whatever it takes to find that, whether it's to finding lost sailors or a woman whose jewelry got thrown away 20 years ago. His power is to find the stuff, and he's just good at helping people. He does a good deed every day, and probably more. The first miniseries is great. They utilize him briefly in Big Game,
Mhm. Right.
um, and this is building up a bigger universe. He's building up another universe full of people with powers. His mom has the power to I think she touches you, you have to do whatever she says. So if a mom says you need to learn to play the violin, a week later you can play the violin. You know, if the mom
Mhm.
says punch through this wall, you're going to punch through that wall, whether you have superpowers or you're just destroying your hands. So it's a lighthearted book. The artwork's solid. Mark Miller just knows how to write. It's like no matter what he writes, it's just endlessly readable. And the better the artist is, the more enhanced his books become. He's a type of writer that like makes you a better artist. And if you're a better artist, then his books read better. It's a war of like becoming more creative.
Mhm.
So I like this book. I'm excited for the rest of the series. I don't know, is it six like the first miniseries?
I don't know. The I imagine the weird thing with the Dark Horse solicits, they really don't tell you. You know,
Yeah.
they might tell you like later after it's just a couple months, and then it'll change over. But was the girl he's kind of dating in this? Was she in the first series at all, or no?
Briefly, but it's not the girl you think he's going to end up with. It's just someone different.
Oh, okay.
So Raphael Albuquerque, drew the first Huck series, and that was through Image Comics, which means he co-owned it 50%, which means he might have got $1 million check from Netflix.
Mm, right.
Because Huck was actually in the line of the first in the top 5 to 10 things that Netflix wanted to make something out of. Huck was in that original launch.
Mm.
So we might get a Huck Netflix thing at some point. So Raphael Albuquerque, again, probably doesn't need to work as much. He got a big check. That's why he went from a monthly almost artist to what he is now. But Miller still pays these people great. So it's worth his while to continue doing Huck. And if a Huck other sort of media happens, then these trades sell. You know, it's a really smart financial move. In
Yeah.
addition to being a creatively great book.
Well, I just get nervous on Albuquerque because, again, like I said, he's not a monthly person. He only lasted like maybe 6 issues tops on Detective, and then never came back. And like he's doing Superman. Hopefully, this is in the can, and then he was just waiting because I feel like the Millar books, they're not putting out the Miller books, like they don't come out. There's no more than usually 2 on the stands a month, right? There's usually about 2.
This past year, it's been more, but he says he can only write about 2 books a month. But he said he has to double down on Netflix recently, so we might be getting a Miller lull for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Because we've gotten a lot of books from him the past year, a lot.
Yeah. I think this is my book of the week. Actually, I love this. I thought this was really crazy. I thought this was nuts. So Dick Tracy 10, Mad Cave does it again. I love that they're taking a break because what's it, May right now? So there's no June,
Yes.
July, August. So we have basically almost like a 3 month gap until number 11. Okay, so they're not going to do so, and maybe that's Mad Cave's thing is they're going to do a 10 and but I think they did have an ad for this for 11. But yeah, there's your Franco Villa alternate
cover. Nice.
I like this page transition here where he throws this guy in the trunk, and then you have the picture of him. And the next, it's the same picture, just it's just darker or a different setting, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this got like a little hard, meaning that Dick Tracy's being like they're being super mean. Now this chick here is really mad. Again, she's the one that basically got cut by. Did she get? I don't remember. That was the first storyline where this character got cut like that. But spoilers, she's the blank here basically. But it's a misdirect. Did you read this? Sorry if I spoiled it. But it is a bit of a misdirect because you have a Breathless Mahoney, and I kept feeling like because they do a Breathless Mahoney. Look how cool that looks, dude. Too. I like that. Yeah, this art is awesome. But they do a Breathless Mahoney like misdirect here, which this is so pulpy, dude. It's so crazy the way that it's going back and forth and who done it and this cliffhanger like I feel like every issue is just like this. I don't know. Somehow Mad Cave has kind of figured out like kind of the pulp translation or the Gotchaman translation, which is like it's got to be like real light and everything kind of works. Like it flows the right way. So you just have the right people cast on this, man. Like just crazy. Lips Manless's daughter is Breathless Mahoney. Okay, it's not going to ruin anything for you, right?
Right.
But I'm like, well, then, yeah, well, then she's just bad because she's like a femme fatale, but she's not bad. She's not doing anything bad, And even this is like you don't find out. Stuff goes on. You don't find out who the blank gets away,
right?
And then you think that, and then there we go. So this is going to be something that's going to come back. But that's just going to be a character, and I guess she's still going to be in the police force, right? She's just going to be around. So that's fun. So now we're going to have this thread that we're literally going to see, which is better because I was afraid that Pat, his partner, I thought that they were going to lose him. I thought they were going to kill him. Remember, because at one point he was dead. Then at one point he was the blank. So it's just crazy the way this all is meandering. Look at that, dude. Now, awesome.
Yeah, these other publishers, I love Mad Cave. I love Distillery. It's like they're really given. Like they're not in Image's way. Like Image is my favorite comic company. Typically, they have been for 33 years.
Mm.
But like these other companies are coming in, and they're not just doing Image. I felt like Boom was just trying to do Image for a while, or IDW was just trying to do Image. But like I feel like Mad Cave's doing something different, and Distillery's doing something totally different. Distillery's closer to Image, but they're making like better style, better quality books.
They're doing like European style books with the format and the color.
Right.
There's a couple things. There's a distillery book that I got for $1 recently, and it was the Becky Cloonan like horror Halloween book. It was awesome, but like the format of it's so fun. Like it's big. It's like what Black Label was doing for a while. Black Label just doesn't have the right. They don't have the right talent on it, or they just don't have the right focus on it. Because I never understand. Like Black Label used to just be like this, like almost like the record size ish, like a little bit bigger than the magazine size,
Yeah.
right? And then they just stopped doing that for some series. Don't know.
No.
Like it was just I don't know.
It's Black Label's almost just become a label.
It's just
That's
yeah,
why.
it's just saying, hey, it's not in continuity. Okay.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It's just not giving us the right stuff. But no, it's been really really fun. Speaking of image, there's the Transformers. I
This
really
is this
dislike
this
a
might
lot of
be
the color
one of my two books
schemes.
of the week.
Yeah, the color schemes that they seem to do on these books though are just weird. The Skybound books, like I feel like you lose something with the eye this way with the coloring. Like I feel like GI Joe 2 weeks ago. Remember it was all like yellow and white on yellow, and I was like, I can't see anything.
Uh,
I feel like I can't see. But yeah, here we go. So this is
this
super. This was
was
sad. Number
great.
one,
One, yeah.
this whole story was real. This whole piece right here was really really sad.
This is building up to like a fantastic conclusion. It's sad. I'm so happy this artist is back. Like you and I talked on End about the last artist, and I'm like how much impactful that issue would have been had this artist been able to draw it.
Yeah,
Or someone in this Transformer IDW Energon style. I feel like the artist last week wasn't in the Energon style.
yeah.
So
Right. It was almost like a Stuart Immonen drawing. It was in that realm where the art
yeah,
wasn't finished. But you mentioned too that artist as a creator of a book called Ghost Pepper coming out that looks really defined. It looks like really
yes,
exciting.
it
Because I
looks
think
really
he
good.
co-owns it, right? So it's like I don't know if he's just doing a job. Like it's kind of fun. Well, the way that Andrew Cranky did like an issue of GI Joe that was really good. Then an issue of like another the Roadblock was
Right.
really good.
Like I would have said, bring back EJ Sue, let EJ Sue mess around with the style here, and then
Mm.
guess what? It's almost advertising for Blood and Thunder. Like, oh, you like EJ
Right,
Sue this issue? Go buy Blood and Thunder that he's been working on for 3 years, or some amount of time. That's crazy.
right.
All right, so back to Transformers. So good. Where's his dad? He's in the Matrix. Does he talk to you? No, but like I feel him.
Yeah,
Like,
the
you know,
legacy is with the legacy of Primes basically. Like he's in there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like
And
it's doing
like
something a little bit different inside of
I
it.
one of my Transformer obsessions is I'm obsessed with the primes. I'm obsessed with the
Mm-hmm.
13 and like give me Daniel
Power of the
Warren
Primes.
Johnson's version of that. Give me that. This is great. They're rebuilding they're using the rest of their energon. They're rebuilding the aerial bots, which is great because you need Superion. And
But you don't have Spirit on here yet, right?
what I
Like
like
they're
about the
still.
aerial bots is they're like they treat Prime like a dad. Like they're almost like kids. Like they're young, they're
Mhm.
naive. There's hope in them when all the other Autobots they're just so downtrodden because it's such an immense task to take Megatron. Like Megatron
Yeah,
coming back is like the worst for them.
yeah. Megatron is horrible here, by the way.
This is fantastic. He skipped over the pages, but Megatron rebuilds Starscream. Starscream
Yeah,
was like cut in half, barely alive. He
right,
rebuilds him.
right,
He's like, Megatron, thank you. And then he's like, F you. He starts beating the shit out of him. He rebuilds him just to destroy him again.
yeah. This is
Like it's
horrible.
it's the greatest. No, you're right. It's horrible to watch. And then it's brutal. He just beats the crap out of him. So then Megatron turns into the gun. And what got revealed last issue is when Megatron's a gun and you wield him, he's wielding you. And
Mhm.
they just
Right. That's
kill Astro Train. Like just Astro Train was a traitor, Astro Traitor, and and nobody wants to kill him. They don't want to kill Astro Train. He's like a patriot. He's a friend. They've been working together for millions of years, maybe.
Yeah, but that was in the movie. It was in the movie. To me, it's not that different than they're doing the alliances in the movie,
Oh yeah,
basically.
jettison some weight, or we'll never make it to Cybertron.
Yeah,
It's mass in space there, Astro Train.
yeah. But I
Geeks
love
love to point that out.
I
Yeah.
love that the and he doesn't have
Nothing.
his eyes yet, right? Like it's always just
No,
blind
he doesn't
here,
have his eyes.
basically.
Yeah, he's
So
blind.
crazy.
Um,
Look at how heavy the texturing is here. It's cool, man.
yeah,
What number was this again? Oh, I think I have it here. So it's 20. So we have three left after this.
We have four issues: 21, 22, 23, 24. I know it's killing me. Wait a minute. If 20 comes out in
This is 20.
May,
21, 22.
21, June, July, August would be 23. All right. August solicitation just came up. 23 has an Ultra Magnus cover. I just saw it too.
Right. But that's the penultimate.
Right.
Yeah.
Penultimate issue is in August.
So
Jorge
here's
Corona.
your
Beautiful.
yes. Yeah. That's good. That's a good knocking out. Is this going to be connecting? I guess because I see bits of Devastator.
Devastator, yeah.
I don't know. If
I guess so.
full. Howard Porter. Ooh, and that's his colorist, Romulo Fajardo Jr. I think that that was the Flash colorist. I believe that's a decent colorist.
At this point, there should just be an art of Transformers, just a cover art of Transformers.
Yeah.
There's been 100 covers.
Yeah.
There's been Mark. That's not any sort of exaggeration.
No,
there's been 100. Maybe at the end. You know what? Maybe at the end of this run they'll do it. At the end of the Daniel Warren Johnson run, it's like here's a cover book. I'll get that.
I think the hardcover came out right for the first 10.
I think so, but I don't think it has all the covers either. It has some covers. It might have all the real covers.
Yeah,
now, give me it and make it oversized. Let me talk to Robbie. I'm like, yo, Robbie. Kirk the Jerk. That's what I call him too. That's my name for him. When we talk, we're like Kirk the Jerk.
That's not nice.
Listen, he's fine. He's fine with it. He'll laugh.
He's fine. Speaking of which, here's the book. This is the book of the month, basically.
It is. It is for me.
Annalisa Leone, similar to Natasha Leone in non-spelling relative of mine. This Ansel Universe Battle Beast. Now I saw, and I mentioned this. I'll mention it again. I talked to you about it. It's a final boss in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, near Trenton. He basically did like little stories or live streams throughout the day because he had a bunch of blind bags. So
okay.
In that store, so the blind bags which we talked about last week in the news is the blind bags basically you can get a cover A. I think a cover 1 in 10. I think I saw that he had. He also had someone opened up a team up, the Invincible Marvel team up.
They did a reprint of a Marvel team up in foil.
Yeah, which we don't even understand how they did that because that's a Marvel book, basically.
These are things that you could get with a blind bag.
Yeah.
You could get a foil. The funniest thing is you can get a foil copy of number 2.
You're right. Yeah, no one got a number 2 up there, but they did get like a number 1 foil. They did get they got the first appearance of Invincible, was it 19 or something?
Yes, Invincible 19.
The first Battle Beast, which is it's the same cover, but I think they put the little logo First Battle Beast in there. So, but that was with a gold cover.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. People were really excited. I don't know why I think we talked earlier in the week. We have no idea why no one did this before. It's really weird. It's really odd.
I don't think a comic's been bagged since Return of Superman.
What about like
not true. There was a bag. X-rated comics are bagged. Savage Dragon had an X-rated cover one time. Really nice cover, but X-rated, and he bagged that.
What was the comic that I guess it was Gen 13 number 1. They had a box because NJ Comic Stop had one. They had the box. They had like the one in like 3,000, I think, and then it had a signed Campbell. It was all 13 covers of Gen 13 number 1.
Oh, nice.
Did we get that in the store or no?
I don't think so.
We just got all the issues, and then
you got all the issues,
and then Brian got them all. Probably.
Yeah. I know he got the sketch cover, and when we met Campbell at Philly, Campbell for free did a sketch on that cover.
Do you still have that? Sell that shit.
Milligan probably still has it. Yeah. I tried to get one from him, but like he didn't have time. Whatever. Liefeld gave me a sketch the first time I met him. That's back before people were getting sketches out. Was that in your
hardcovers, or that was in like
it's all a scrap piece of paper.
Oh,
we didn't like. It was just like here.
Is that your bad
scrap piece of paper? Yeah, that's the little Bad Rock he did for me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this book did have what you told me to read last week, which was the images of tomorrow.
Right, Skybound X-25 images of tomorrow.
Thundercats.
Yeah, we were joking because I kept calling it Days of Future Past like twice.
Yeah.
but the same episode Mark's called Thundercats Thunderbolts like twice. Like we were
we did it.
tired.
What was it? Tuesday or Wednesday night? We did like a super late,
Yeah.
like it was like 11 o'clock.
So what's great is that they take the 8 to 10 pages from the prelude and put it in this issue, and then what that starts off with is that first page that we just passed is a reenactment of what happened in Invincible 19. So it's fun to go read Invincible 19, see the Battle Beast stuff, and then see how he has changed in the past almost 20 years of doing this book.
Right.
The art through this whole book is just solid. It is just detailed. He inked this all himself.
Yeah, I love it because his inker on Invincible was Cliff Rathburn.
Cliff Rathburn, yeah.
Right. So
who's a good artist? Who's a good artist in his own right?
Yeah,
but yeah, this is Ollie.
Because Rathburn did the tones on Walking Dead as well.
Correct. He did the tones on Walking Dead, and he did a couple books with Kirkman, but not enough. Not enough. I'll talk to him.
He probably did okay. He probably did okay.
He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, these are the two main preview pages that we have seen. This fight was pretty brutal. I watched one review. Someone was talking about like saying the pacing was off. I'm like, what are you talking about? It was like action, then it was over. Like I don't know what pacing.
What pacing? It's set up, prelude, and introducing the character, introducing the ship, introduces his world, his origin.
Look at how disgusting this is.
Slows down to have a conversation with this guy, frees him just to fight him.
Yeah.
The fight escalates like crazy. It just gets more brutal as the issue continues.
Yeah, look at how disgusting this is. Russ Wooten on lettering too, really super fun. All this that's a very John Workman-esque like Thrakathum Choom there.
Yep.
Very, very cool. But yeah, Russ Wooten's been it, and this is what I want from a number one. I want the action. This is again super top notch. This is a newish colorist on Otley.
Yeah.
Worked on Oblivion Song, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, just insane.
Look, it's horrible. And he might eat that little dude later.
Well, what's funny about this is that when I saw this design recently, I was looking at it, I was like, oh, this is like a He-Man character, and I was like, well, Kirkman does have some He-Man roots because he started to do He-Man one shots.
He's also our age, so he was into He-Man probably as a kid, and then he did the 4 Icons of Evil for Val Staples' MV Creations. I think they were published on our Image at that point. Those are great. Do you remember reading them?
Yeah, did they all come out?
Yeah, there was 4 of them. Yeah, that was early.
Did one of those too.
EJ Sue did one. Tony Moore did one.
Oh,
Matthew
I saw
Roberts did one.
Tony Moore is doing a variant for. It might be Battle. He's doing something in the August Illustrations. They had Tony Moore on one of these books. I think doing a variant. And I'm like, are they talking? Is this a thing? Like, you know what I mean? Because so Tony Moore co-created Walking Dead. At a certain point, something happened, and Kirkman bought him out. But it was bad. Apparently, it was like a bad creator breakup, essentially.
Right.
So,
because money sucks. Because Tony Moore, even though he co-creates Walking Dead, but then he leaves the book 6 issues in. So it's like that. You know, that's a writer that would piss me off. Like I was supposed to give you half, but you leave.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, I'm not saying either one's right here, but you still co-create. You still did a lot of work. So I almost wonder if his rights, like at some point, does Adler start getting rights? Like Otley gets rights for Invincible, but he didn't create Invincible. He created a ton of stuff and drew 135 issues.
Yeah, that could have been some of it. You know, whatever renegotiation, whatever was going on, it might have broken them up.
Yeah, renegotiations suck, and we're talking about millions of dollars. We're not talking about like, you know what I mean, petty stuff. Walking Dead is almost $1 billion franchise. So,
yeah, but this was
that's cool. We get a Tony Moore cover,
and then you also get this, which I feel every number one should have. This is what Blood and Thunder had last week. I feel like any image number one, I feel like that hasn't been. Lost Fans didn't have one. Like I feel like it would be very easy for that person to pop something in and say, "Hey, if you like this, I also did this, I also did that." It's a good tool to have in there to say, "What else is this?" They actually kind of joke about this Amazing Spider-Man or Hulk anyway. Like who remembers those runs? And I'm just like, nah, I don't. You know what I mean? I don't really.
Yeah.
I do a little bit, but it is kind of crazy that out of the 144 Invincible issues, Otley did,
100,
uh,
135
yeah, right.
because Corey
That's a
Walker
lot.
would come back and do fill-ins. He did a
Okay,
couple fill-ins,
right.
or they split the book when they were doing give Otley some time off.
Mm,
And let's see, Corey Walker did what, the first 6, 7, and then 8 was the Jam book, right? 8
mm,
was the had Art Adams pages and Dave Johnson pages, and
right.
so yeah,
But yeah, really cool. This is what I want. There's your number two.
yep,
I think
looks cool.
that's, yeah. So Doug Mankey's got one. And Lee Mayo has a really good one here as well. Muhammad Asroy, My Lennox, CJ Sue. So here's your main book covers there. Finch, your blind bag. The blind bag is really cool. I mean, it's kind of tough because the
Yeah, the
blind
blind bag
bag,
itself has a cool cover.
yeah, but like you have to be really well. It opened up like a packet of trading cards, really. Like the back, they were splitting it wide open. To what I saw the unbagging, I guess,
Oh yeah,
unboxing. Yeah, so you could technically, because again, this is a good image. Again, hopefully, eventually it'll go into some type of Battle Beast hardcover, which have all the covers. It's just, but you never know with these friggin' things.
it's Kirkman though, so it might not have all the covers.
He sucks. He sucks with that shit.
He always has.
That's so weird.
Yep.
That's so weird. AJ, so great. Carl Goo, good, great. Is that Tanya? That's G. Scott Campbell's
I
wife
think so.
ish?
Because Campbell and was doing stuff for Art Adams for a while.
Oh, okay.
Campbell was trying to like not be his manager, but help with that, help with his career. So I'm doing
Yeah. I
doing
wonder who
sketchbooks
colored
and
this.
stuff.
This coloring looks like I don't know if this would be the same colorist or if this is someone else. Just doesn't say.
Still cool. I like John Boy Myers,
Cabin Boy.
Cabin Boy.
Cabin Boy. But see, like I feel like this is like the same colorist as it feels like the Aquaman coloring.
Ugh. It's definitely the same guy who colored his Transformer covers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I feel that same. I feel that.
I
Maybe it's
feel
this
it.
dude.
Yeah, that's all right. Might be him. Who knows?
You're
Uh,
allowed to have your own dude.
but very fun. Good week. Great week. I purposely held this. I scanned it a little bit, and then I just held it to read it. I only read it like full this morning. I read the prologue. I read the first couple pages. So I want to wait. I want to read that. So I read that this morning. I read Transformers this morning. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a weird week. I read the Godzilla right off. I did read that Godzilla IDW book, which was fine. The Frank Thierry one, which I knew was gonna be fine. Again, I've never been super. The only Frank Thierry book I liked a ton is Space Punisher because it's so fucking insane. Space
Frank
Punisher.
Thierry. He early on there was some good. Like I think I liked his Wolverine run at first, or his Deadpool run. His Wolverine he did with Sean Chen, right?
Yeah, I think it's funny. Like when some of these guys come in, it's like we classify them immediately, and then they really have to impress us to get out of it.
Yes.
Like
Well, he came in because we know he was like a buddy to like Palmiotti and
right,
Quesada,
right.
along with what was the other guy that Buddy Scalera? Wasn't he another one like that?
Yeah. So it's like unfortunately, we never gave credit to them, or if they made us mad. Like I feel like Ken Lashley showed up, and Ken Lashley showed up on as fill-ins for stuff, and I was mad about it. So I'm mad at
Yeah,
Ken
then
Lashley.
it's right. Like, why are we mad at you? Because
Why
you're
are we
not
mad
as
at Tom Denerick? We're like, what'd you do a fill-in that like you were paid for, and you're happy to get it, and it's
yeah,
work, and I would take work if I got called to do work. Like what am
yeah,
I basing that on? But I
right,
feel like a lot of times, like even last week when we talked about like Los Monstros or whatever, I was like, Jose Marino, you should just be inking Carlos Pacheco. Oh, he's dead. I'm like, well, then you should
yeah.
stop drawing.
I,
Like, you know what I mean? Like that
I
makes
didn't
no
like
sense.
I didn't like Colleen Duran. I was like, oh, we're getting McFarlane and
Oh
Larson, and then
yeah,
this chick. This who the
you're
hell
gonna
is
have some
she?
lady draw Spider-Man. How dare you in the
How
middle of this
dare
like
you?
legendary
I
run?
I say good day, sir.
Yeah, goodbye.
I always said that if Larson drew that issue, I think Graviton would have been like a bigger villain. Because Graviton is like Magneto level powers for the
Right,
Avengers. Like,
right,
why isn't he a bigger, better villain?
because it's Graviton.
Because nobody draws him. That's why. Because nobody cool draws him.
Right.
You know,
Right.
every character Marvel that had McFarlane or Larson drew, I felt like they were awesome. They were cool.
Yeah.
Something about them, they upped those characters.
They upped it.
I love it.
Upped it. But
So is
that's
that
it for
it?
me. Yep, that's it for me.
That's it for me.
Anything you're rabbit holing this week? Anything that you're gonna get into? Or are you just doing the extreme
I'm
stuff?
doing a I'm doing a reread of a Death of Copra because 49
Oh,
came out, so I want to go back and read or Death of Copra 4 came out. So I want to read 1, 2, 3, and 4, kind of get it all in one thing. Same with Goon. Goon 4 came out, and I'm like, I kind of forget 1, 2, and 3. So like, let me just do a reread on those. Um, I actually liked the new issue of Venom. Came out a week or two ago.
mm.
Uh, Carlos Gomez drew it. Ewing wrote it, and it's more like the Mary Jane how she got the Venom costume. And I kind of like I don't really love that book, but like I kind of like that issue.
Yeah.
And had a cool surprise character show up at the end. I was going to ruin it. It's Anti Venom. Flash Thompson shows up.
Yeah.
I'm like, is he alive? I don't even know anymore.
I don't remember anymore. Yeah, I like that.
I think everyone came back to life as a clone during the clone conspiracy, but then the point was some clones disintegrated and some stayed alive. So you don't really know who disintegrated. Like there could be a clone Gwen Stacy out there, and I think this is
No, thank
clone
you.
Flash Thompson.
To give him his legs back.
Lieutenant Dan, I got my legs back. I think so.
It was Flash in space, right? As Venom Space Knight. That was Flash too, right?
Yeah, that was Flash as well. Yeah, that
Venom
wasn't
Space Knight.
bad. It was weird.
It wasn't bad.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't mind that. I didn't mind the Bagley Venom origin series either. Like the whatever race they were. There was like who Venom was being warned by before he went to Secret Wars.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a story we all forgot about, right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I'm still trying to plot out. I think today I'm gonna just photograph stuff so I can try to be like Rob and put stuff out a week.
That's right.
Conan.
Check out my Instagram, people. No, not Instagram. My Instagram sucks. Check out my Twitter X, people. Rob Messick.
Twitter X.
I put up my own comic. It's a Supreme comic, but I wrote it. Brian Milligan drew it. Dan McGowan inked it and did color flats. That's true. That is the Dan McGowan of Kansas fame. He is the guitarist for Kansas, and he inked and color flats my comic.
Right.
Before
he was famous.
Before he was famous. No, he was still a little famous. He was T Club famous. That's his band. Him and his bro Pat McGowan, another awesome dude.
Good hang.
They're
great hang guys. They're great.
Yeah, they're fun to talk to. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, we like them. We need to have a Legends Old Barbecue. Legends Old Barbecue. I was showing John at the NJ Comics Shop yesterday. I was like that we have the same group text. I was like, you probably know everyone on here. You looked at us. You were super young, and we're all these old heads. Now we're extra old.
Yes.
So that's funny.
It is funny.
Comic Stop 6, NJ Stop 6.
Not funny, haha, but funny.
Nope. Doing live.
So we did it. We did it live. And now
did it.
We're not going to be live anymore.
No.
Hit record, Mark. Hit record. Recording in progress.
Well, that's going to say stop record.
Stop recording. And the show will just end abruptly. You should hit